Afsan Farm Kitchen, a food recipe and nutrition channel for viewers like you.
Hi everyone, I'm Chris.
And I'm Jessica.
Today we are your hosts in this podcast.
Welcome to Afsan Farm Kitchen Studio.
We'll talk about spices and their aromatic flavorings made from seeds, fruits, bark, rhizomes, and other plant parts. Do you know, Jessica? For thousands of years, spices have been highly valued commodities. The word spice comes from the Latin species, which means merchandise or wares. Along with medications, colors, and scents, they are used to season and preserve food. Even though spices are sold dried, their strong flavors ultimately wear off, especially when exposed to air and light.
It's interesting. I really like to know more about different kinds of spices, Chris.
Sure, Jessica. You know, although spices are sold dried, their potent flavors eventually fade. You know what's mind-blowing? Chilies are consumed 20 times more than any other spice on Earth. But almost every chili we eat today comes from just one species that was first grown in Mexico 5,000 years ago.
That's fascinating. I had no idea there was basically one mother plant behind all those different peppers. How did we get from there to all the varieties we have now?
Well, it's actually an incredible story of human cultivation. Out of 25 different species of capsicum, we've only domesticated 5 of them. And most of what we eat today comes from Capsicum annuum.
So, wait. Does that mean things like jalapenos and bell peppers are actually the same species?
Exactly. And speaking of spices, you know how we all have that drawer or cabinet full of them? Most people don't realize that these dried plants and seeds have been so valuable throughout history that they literally changed the course of human civilization.
I guess I never really thought about how something so small could have such a huge impact. What made them so valuable?
Well, here's what's fascinating. The word spice actually comes from the Latin word species, which means merchandise or wares. These tiny flavor bombs were worth their weight in gold because they could preserve food, add flavor, and even work as medicine.
That's incredible. You know, I've been trying to up my cooking game lately, but I feel like I'm probably not using my spices correctly. Like, should I be grinding them fresh? Using them whole?
So here's the thing. While professional chefs will tell you always to grind your own spices, the reality for most home cooks is totally different. I think the sweet spot is having both ground and whole spices, but buying them in smaller quantities.
Oh, thank goodness. I was worried you were going to tell me I needed to grind everything by hand.
Well, let me share something interesting about that. When you grind spices, you're actually releasing volatile oils and compounds that start losing potency immediately. That's why whole spices can last about a year, but ground spices really only maintain their punch for about 6 months.
That explains why my ancient jar of ground coriander smells like nothing at all.
Exactly, Jessica. Thank you for watching and listening.
For additional information on nutritious Mediterranean cuisine and spice recipes, please remember to subscribe to our channel.